Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Factory Town. Now, a couple of months ago I started a series on Factory Town and I enjoyed it, but I was playing it all wrong. Well, that's hardly unusual, but the way I was playing it all wrong was I was trying to play it like a city builder. It's not a city builder, it's a factory builder. The clue's in the flipping title, as is always the case. So I'm going to start over because that's a thing that I like to do. Let's have a look. We're going to try and find something relatively interesting as far as a map generation. I think I've enjoyed the swamp forest in the past. There's not quite as much water as you sometimes get on these swampy maps, but that's okay. We'll go with all the biomes on. We'll go with the regular map size, creative mode off, auto base on, because I like to be placed somewhere random. And we won't bother smoothing the starting area because I will do it myself. Let's roll! Right then, as usual, we're starting out with 4 dudes, and I'll get them working straight away because, well, there's no time like the present. Also, it's going to be useful to get all of these starting bits and pieces in terms of resources right next to home base, getting them out of the way. So let's get those chaps rolling, and then we're going to look for a good place to stick our initial housing estate, because everything kind of builds around those houses early on. Now, I've not played a gargantuan amount, but I think I've probably done the first few hours 4 or 5 times now, so I've got a reasonable hang of getting this working. So what I'm looking for is a reasonable sized bit of land with some crops nearby that is already flattened. So we're going to go here. We'll get as many houses up as I can afford right now. Obviously, I'm only allowed 4 houses at most, but yeah, there you go. Haven't quite got enough yet, so we'll wait for that. Now, the only thing I don't have near enough to home base is stone at the moment, which is a bit awkward. But we can bring it from further afield. It's just going to slow us down a bit. So if we, there you go. We'll stick 5 lads out there and go, fellas, get the stone going. And then we'll build out some pathways so that they hustle along a little bit better, and go from there. Is that a bit closer? No, it's debatable, but we'll grab that as well. Right, okay. Now that's going to bring in the resources we need to get some upgrades on the go. I can now build my my next house, so we'll get that in as well. And then I'm going to leave 1 worker over. There you go. No, wait. What? What do you mean I can't afford? What am I short on? Oh, cash money. Ah, yes. No, I need to be feeding cash money into my houses already. Oh, you Burke. Okay, right. Well, let's hijack one of these dudes when they drop something off. I think we'll take a woodworker. There you go. Get out. And you come and grab from here into that. No, you weren't interested in that. I misclicked, evidently. Grab this. Take it to there. Right, I need some money. Okay, right, well, that's going to change my plan up a little bit. I was going to just pile drive as much stone into there as possible, but I'm going to need all of my spare workers now to get the money up. And then pretty soon I'll build a sawmill here, which will allow me to work both improving the base. So for the base we need 20 coins and 10 planks, which I need to work on, and 20 stone, as well as 4 happy buildings. 1 fella is not going to make all these buildings happy, but then the other bonus is that we can upgrade these with planks as well, which gives me more workers. So we can properly pile drive some goodies in there. Now, I think, if I recall correctly, a worker is 10. Yeah, it is. Okay, fine. All right, we can wait for that. Okay, so I've now got 3 lads working the houses here, and that's made everybody cheerful. Hooray for everybody, and that's all good news. I've got 1 space for another worker, and that means that we can now get the lumber, the sawmill operational. No, it is a lumber mill. Oh, okay, well, there you go. So we'll bang that in there. That gives us the grain mill, which is one of the first fundamentals that we're going to need Obviously, we're not in a position to use that yet, but that's okay. Right, you're just standing there. Well, good news. Start processing up some logs there. Now I've got that as close as possible to the base. The other thing that I've learned, having poked around the game a little bit more, is that don't be afraid to bulldoze your buildings. Shift them around as you become more successful and as you build up your efficiency. Don't feel like you're going to be lumbered with sticking in one place. Now it feels like that was a pun, but unfortunately it wasn't. So we've got 3 planks waiting right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I've got is it 10 we need here? No, only 5. Once we've got 5, there we go, it's done now. You grab those, take them in there. So we'll switch his job over so that I can upgrade 1 house, because that'll get me an extra couple of workers, and we'll be able to speed the whole process up a little bit. There you go. And so we're looking at this one here, 5. There you are. You can have the 6th one as well, because I'm feeling generous. Right, get back to work on that. And then we'll get you we won't get you a buddy. We'll upgrade that. Marvellous. And that's an extra 2 workers to play with. So we'll get you on there. And then how are we feeling about cash? Well, it could be running a bit quicker, couldn't it? But I think we'll do it this way around. Right, you grab these. Wang them in there, and that way we'll be able to upgrade all the houses, which will get us an extra 6 workers, and we'll go quickly. Now I'm trying to go fairly swiftly through this kind of early phase, because the entertaining stuff is a little bit later in, but there is absolutely no time pressure. One of the things I like about the game is there are no monsters coming to get you at the moment. I mean, they'll possibly add it later on as an upgrade to the game or some such. But right now, there aren't any, so I'm not that fussed. There we go, and you as well. No, I need 1. Oh, no, I need 5 more gold. Okay, well when that's done, we'll get rolling. Although I'm tempted actually to spend the money instead on another worker, because I'll put that worker on feeding the houses as well, and that will bring the money in quicker now, won't it? Yes, it will. Right, there you go. Yeah, you do the job. Right, now, once we've got those kind of being beefed up a little bit more, I've got 1 more house to upgrade. That's fine. We've got the planks in. That's good. We just need 20 gold and we can do our base upgrade, but I don't need the upgrades from the base just yet. I can't afford them. Right now, it's all about getting the fundamental kind of economy. Let's try that again, but better. It's about getting the fundamental economy of the town absolutely humming along, bright and breezy, so that we can expand further and faster. And the first thing that actually becomes no problem at all is money. Bizarrely, you can get that sorted pretty quickly, and then you can start to do things like leveling out terrain or filling in ponds. But these little gold coins, easy peasy to make them work, and that all comes down in the first instance to the grain mill. Now that's going to cost me 30 coins, but overall, eventually, it's going to save me. It's going to make me more money and save a lot of time in the process. And in order to get that, we need the food market. Well, actually, the food market is what makes it sing. So we'll do that next, I think, and that's going to take the base upgrade. Right, base upgrade, food market, and we can have more houses. So it was worth doing on multiple counts. Right, let's. Hold on, what am I paying for a house these days? You see, it would be nice if it tool tipped there, but it's not essential. I should know this off by heart, to be honest. 15 of the logs. Bargain. Done deal. I'll take it. Get in there. That's it. Because I've got logs, and I've got lots of them too. Right, that's houses maxed out. I've got 10 spare workers now. But it's about figuring out where the best place. 1 more of you on crops for the moment. There you go. It's about figuring out the best place for my food market. Now, if we zoom out, because everything after that is relatively easy. We haven't got the cash for it yet, but you'll see it's got this catchment area, and basically you want to ensure that you've got all your houses in the catchment area, and then they are auto-serviced by the by the marketplace here. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. Right, I need another 7 gold, and we'll get this ploughed in. Now, it's not going to benefit me in the slightest to start with, but I want to automate as quickly as possible the next phase of things, which will mean that I never run low on money. And that is the grain mill, which also needs 30. All right, well, that's okay. So, as you'll see, the chaps now are going to the food market because then it auto-distributes to houses. Now, it's actually not that efficient for them to do so from this little patch of grain. But I want to finish off that little patch of grain because we can then move to these other ones in the area. Reason for that? Why do we want to move to these other ones in the area? Because I want to clear these resources out of the way. This central section of the map, as we look at it now, is going to form kind of the backbone for the whole factory town that we build up. And I've been experimenting with various different layouts, and I've got a few that are quite good fun. The other thing to bear in mind is I'll probably end up bulldozing the food market later on. Once I level out the land, we'll put all of these on the same altitude. That way, would you say altitude? I would say possibly elevation is a slightly more robust term to use at this stage. But yes, we'll put those guys on the same elevation because that just gives me better pathing opportunities, really, to keep things moving around. Right, time to make the money. Grain mill. Now, the reason the grain mill is such a good laugh and a joy to have around the house is that it increases the amount you make from your food. That should be fine. We then need a chute, which we'll do like that, and we'll tell you to make flour. Right, okay, lads, start feeding the grain mill. Okay, so grab from here, go to there. You grab from here, go to there. I think I already told you what to do. All right, I'll leave you to it. No, don't take it straight to the food market. That's no good. Basically, from the grain market, you can now sling, is it 3 or 4 bags of do that. There you go. Sometimes locks me out. Yeah, 3 bushels of grain now sell for 5 gold instead of just 1 each. Yeah, that makes sense in my head. I'm hoping you picked up on that. Right, so there we go. I've had another 2 workers to this particular piece of outputtery, and you just saw a bag of flour go zipping through the chute there. Obviously, it's a bit more spectacular if you have multiple chutes to one job. But in this case, no, we didn't want multiple chutes to one job. It would be just the one. Wallop, 5 gold a time. So the gold's already ticked up to 46, which is very nice. They call those gold? No, just yellow. Yellow's very boring as a colour, so we'll go with gold instead. Right, I'm going to up my wood production. How are we getting on here? No, you can go and help with that. You can keep doing the other side. There we go. Marvellous. Now, as far as wood resources go, we're actually in good shape at the moment, but we're going to need the next stage of operations. We're going to need the wood shop in order to make the workshop in order to make wheels, which gives us both wagons, and also we need wheels in order to upgrade the main shed again. Now, I want to get to farming as quickly as possible because then I can put all of those little workers out of business and instead have that whole process automated. But farming it's a tentacular beast. Is farming? There's a lot to it. And we're not quite there yet. So let's get the workshop in business, and I'm going to set this up as its own dedicated get-go. But I'm going to leave it relatively close to base again, that way, like that. Now, unfortunately, you can't use the chutes to export planks. You need a little dude to do that, so we'll employ him now. Grab plank, wang it in there, thank you, and then you turn those into wheels. Now, workshops make a whole slew of stuff, so you're going to end up with multiple workshops. The mistake I made when I tried this previously was I only ran with 1 workshop. No, that's a foolish way to do it. 1 more. No, you need a lot of workshops in order to make the sunrise correctly. Now, I should be piling in enough raw materials here that we get a solidly good amount of plank output. Where I want to get to is have so much wood coming in that we actually fill it up completely, and then I'll add additional workers to the lumber mill so that we process that much quicker. Right, let's upgrade another couple of houses, if I can find them. I left them around here somewhere. They're easy to spot. They look like houses. There you go. Yep, upgrade you. And you as well. Super duper. So for the next level of upgrade, we need stone brick, and that's fine. That is on my action item agenda list. And we will get to that presently. Right, good. That's given me another 10 workers to play with. Good times. Now, as much as I can build wagons, I don't need them yet. The benefit of the wagon is it moves at around the same speed as a worker unless you put it on road. But the big advantage you get is it carries 4 items at a time instead of 1. Wheels to main hub, please. There you go. Everybody get out of my way. That's it. How are we doing here? The input is done. Good. Right. Up the output. 125. No, I think we can go faster than that. Let's go again. There we go. That should do it. Where I want to get to is where the input is dropping down regularly, and I don't have a wall of dudes waiting around the outside to drop stuff off. That should probably do it. Yep, that looks good. Okay, smashing. If there is a point where these start building up as well, we'll know we're more or less bang on the money there. So that's golden. Now, once these forests have been eroded completely, and it's going to take less time than you possibly imagine, but it's still, I want to get them out of the way because well, that way they're out of the way. Now then, let's get stone polishing going as well. We'll go, well, I think that might be a little close. Right, you sit there. Whoop, and I'll tell you what, let's push all the buttons randomly and see what happens. And then you, please, stone of the brick. And now we want a wagon. Because over here we'll stick a crate. And we'll tell these chaps to stick stuff in the box instead of walking it all the way to the to home base. Get in there. You. No, come here. Oi, you. Oi. Pay attention. Don't you run away from me. Put it in a box. I think we've got one more. No, you're good, you're good. Ah, here he goes. Look, this free-spirited individual. Get it in the box. Right, build. I should have enough wheels now to build a wagon. I haven't got the gold. Oh, okay, well, I can wait. That's fine. That's not a problem. You carry on. We're just going to fill the box up. That's a problem. But you know, it's your dime you're wasting. And decor. I can't stand having alerts just sat there going, you've got new stuff. I kind of go, I haven't got those. See, look, they're already finished. Oh, come on. 30. You've got it. You've got the money. Go. You need 40. Okay, well, look, we're mere moments away. We'll hit 41 any second, any time soon. Any moment, 41's going to occur, and I'm going to buy a wagon. Could happen any time. More or less any time this could happen. There you go, thank you. Right, one wagon. Now then, you get over there, because the wagon hasn't got access. Grab this stone, hoik it over there, please. There you go. Right, everybody, back to work. Actually, I'm going to put you as a free-roaming, isolated stonemason delivery chap. That way, we only ever occupy 3 sides of that thing at the same time, which means that the wagon will be able to get to it. Now, it's very tempting to build out a rapid path for the wagon, but that's going to use the very polished stone that I'm hoping to accrue, so we won't do that just yet. And I need one more regular worker to take the output from here and fling it in the base. Otherwise, we can't use it. Now, we can also stick stuff in barns, and believe you me, we will be doing that aplenty, just not yet. There you go. You do that. Yes, you will have some standing around in your job until we upgrade that a little bit further. Right. Meanwhile, over here, oh, I see why this has come unstuck. Is because you've all stopped working. Get back to work. Right, you, come on. I pay you for very specific reasons, and that is that you're, well, cheap and largely reliable. Don't just stop the job because you get bored. There you go. Improvise a little bit. Actually, the workers are pretty good at improvising. The only problem with them is that they tend to improvise by flinging stuff in warehouses later on. They kind of go, oh, I want to put this down. There's nowhere to put it. Well, there's a warehouse over there. I'll just go and fling it in there. And in so doing, they completely ruin your storage system. And you kind of go, lads, honestly? Right, now, this too is ripe for a bit of efficiency increase. If we crate up on that one and on this one, and then we'll buy ourselves a couple of wagons to get those the wagons doing the heavy lifting back to the grain mill. We'll stick 3 lads on each grain field. That's just going to work out. Right, and with that, we're done with this first part. I will pursue this series for a little while because I like it quite a lot. Bizarrely, it's right up there in terms of enjoyability with Satisfactory, because you can see what you're doing, and the fantasy style setting or medieval style setting is rather good fun. Right, you go and sit there. You get back to work over here. You finished the episode, man. Go and say goodbye, and then we'll go and do something else. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. This series will continue for a little while, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on what occurs next, and I will catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. So yes, I'm back once again with a dab of Factory Town. I felt like I hadn't given it a fair crack last time around. I was inundated by games on many sides when it came out, and I always thought, oh, there's more to this, and I barely scratched the surface. So I went away and played a bit of it, as is possibly evident, and I've come back to give it another spin through in a Videotronic fashion. We'll be around for a dozen episodes or so, just to the point where I start going, oh, interesting, now this is Factorio, because that's what it is. It is Fantasy Factorio. It's jolly good fun. And actually it's really quite soothing. The lack of beasts trying to chew my head off is quite pleasant. Anyway, more of this to come, and you're invited to watch it. I know, you're welcome.